Life can be so hard sometimes, break you up inside. All you want to do is cry. Shut the door and hide. Don't surrender to what was. Put your faith in what will be. Every day is a brand new start. Let it go. Let it go. Oh, let it go. Let it go. Giving up should never be something you decide to do. Wipe the tears from your cheek. God knows what you're going through, so don't surrender.
So yo, what's up everybody? I am back again, and this vlog is just going to be really a short vlog, inshallah. And I just want to apologize for not doing any vlogs over the past couple of days. I've been thinking about a lot of things, and since the incident on last Saturday night, or rather Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, I've really been just like I said in my update video, just pretty much lost and trying to understand a few things. But I did state in one of the previous vlogs that I was going to tell you about the 10 days of Ramadan. The first 10 days, which we asked for mercy. The second 10 days, which we asked for forgiveness. And the last 10 days, where we asked for protection from the hellfire. I did state that I was going to mention that, and it's really not too many details that I can go into about that, but that's just how I split up. So we're now into the second 10 days. I'm constantly making dua and praying for forgiveness for all of my past actions that I've knowingly and unknowingly done, and all of my future actions, inshallah. I just have this thing about trying to provide an explanation or apologize for that situation, because to be honest, the details still aren't clear as to so many things behind that. I'm not responsible for anyone else's sins. It says in the Quran that whoever goes right, then he goes right only by the benefit of himself, and whoever goes astray, he only goes astray at his own loss. No one can take on the burdens of another person. So I'm not responsible for what they did. They're not responsible for what I do. You know, that's something that they're going to have to answer for, not me, on the day of judgment. Just like you have to face God on your own merit and what you've done. And so I don't feel that anyone should have to apologize for that action. Your dislike for the actions of another person, that's one thing, but people really want for me and my brethren to apologize. And yeah, I just don't believe in that crap. I do want to say I've been thinking hard, and what I've really been thinking about is more after the incident. I've really been in deep thought about humankind versus humanity. By definition, the humanity is the quality or state of being kind to other people and or animals and or just things in general. Seeing some of these responses and some of these things that are going on in some of the videos and all that stuff after the incident, it just shows me people always got something to say no matter what the situation is. Humans mess it up for a lot of good things that are out there, including religion, because of their interpretations and because of their warped mind and because of their own personal gain. And I find that we as humans do a lot of tearing down and trying to find reasons to separate us and to group us into categories, as opposed to finding things that we have in common. That I've mentioned that before in other vlogs and things like that, but I can't for the sake of me understand that logic. Just gonna say it like I'm pretty sure I've titled it. After Ramadan, I just don't think I'm going to take on the title of being a Muslim. It has a lot to do with this world that we live in, and humans and people thinking that they can use their quote unquote freedom of speech, freedom to express their opinion, to tear people down and to tear down not people, but like whole institutes, whole religions, whole companies, whole, just tear down just people as a whole. And I don't get that, and I don't accept that, and I just, oh, I don't know, I just, one of the things that me and my coworkers were talking about, as she inquired about me and my fasting during Ramadan, is the fact that we sometimes don't know how to separate our needs versus our wants. We're not actually as hungry as we think we are a lot of the times. We just have the option to go eat, so we choose to do it. And every option that we choose to take is not necessarily a bad option. It's not bad that we decide to go eat, but it's not necessarily something that has to be done, and we have the option to leave that behind. And a lot of the relationships that we get into as friendships and things like that, a lot of the places that we go, a lot of the things that we do fall under that category of we just do it because we can. And that takes me into another reason why humans have messed up this whole religion thing for me yet again, is because we feel that we have the right to say what we want, which we do, just like I'm saying what I want now. With great power comes great responsibility. And I always equate that back to a passage in Luke 12:48, where it says, to whom much is given, much will be required, or, you know, something along those lines. You know, if we have a knowledge, we have wisdom, we know what's in the religion, we know these things, we know so many things, but it's not always necessary for us to provide that information that we know and that we feel that we understand at that time in those situations. And people can't separate or understand. As humans, we have to be able to rely on our humanity to rationalize what we say, when we say it, and how we say it in certain situations. These posts, these responses to videos, to pictures, to news reports are just it just has me not questioning what I believe, because I'm going to always believe what I believe, but questioning. I can put it like this: chances are anything that I can think of in the Bible or in the Quran that condemns anything or states that I'm not supposed to like, or that I'm to dislike, or whatever the case may be, anything that I can quote and pull from that, more than likely they've already heard it before, with friends, with family, with church, with synagogues, with mosque. There's no way that that person does not know that that's frowned upon in a church or in a mosque or in a synagogue. There's no way that they don't know that that's in the Torah, that that's in the Bible, or that that's in the Quran. There's no way that they have not heard that 1,000,000 times in their lives. Even if a person presents themselves as, how should I say, accepting what they're doing as their norm and that is okay, even if it seems that way. Again, another thing my religion has taught me is to make 70 excuses for my brethren. And I do that. So for me, pulling from my own experience, I know that there are people out there that are doing things just because they can, and they aren't quite cognitive of the consequences or whatever. But then I think to myself, there are so many things that I do and have done and probably will do, and I know the consequences, and I'm still going to do it. So with that being said, I'm sure they know what they're doing to an extent that they have full knowledge that there are people out there who are opposed to what they are doing, who are opposed to what they say, who are opposed to what they believe, etc. So I'm sure they know that. So for me, when it comes to me deciding to post a quote or advise some people, like a lot of my brothers and sisters like to do on a lot of the YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to, and a lot of people that I follow on Facebook and social media, they like to offer advice. And even within our religion, there are ways to offer advice that they aren't following themselves. Yeah, I just don't get why people take horrible situations and make them worse. And that's the level of humankind that I dislike. as opposed to us understanding that this is a tough situation for someone, regardless of what it is, regardless of what their belief is, regardless of anything. And it's not the time always a good time, that probably not even ever a good time to bring up certain things, because I mean it's I really don't know what I'm trying to say. What I do know is I'm gonna keep praying on this, but as of right now, after Ramadan, I just don't. The title I'm gonna drop. I don't know, because I removed the title. I'm still going to believe La ilaha illallah. That's not going to change. I'm still going to believe in all the messengers and all the prophets that were sent here. I'm still going to believe that I'm supposed to do good and I'm supposed to give charity. I'm still going to believe that I have to have a relationship and that I need to talk to and go to God for any and all of my concerns. That's not going to change. By definition, based off my beliefs as a Muslim, I just don't think I'm going to carry around that title after Ramadan anymore. But again, this is something that I'm praying on and thinking about. So while I think about this some more, I'm probably not going to do any more vlogs yet again for a couple of days, because I don't know, I just really have to think about this. But I'm still fasting